This is a very good gathering according to Buddhism. The Buddha has considered this as a fortune, mangala, a kind of fortune to have this kind of Dhamma gathering. Because we don't have this kind of gathering all the time. Because Dhamma is not sweet thing that you prefer to listen all the time. Why it is not sweet? They criticize you. If you go to any religion, most of the time you hear your criticism. So who likes to be criticized? Of course not. We don't want to be criticized. So we avoid any kind of religious services because you will be criticized. Therefore, Dhamma is little bitter. You don't like to listen. What you want to do is something else, and what Dhamma demands you will be something else. So still, there are occasions, there are times that we feel it is good to have some sort of Dhamma knowledge, some sort of good knowledge, some sort of religious guidance for our benefit. So that is why Buddha called Kalena Dhamma Savanam Etang Mangalam Uttamam. If you can listen to Dhamma talk occasionally, that will be a great blessing for all of us, for all of you. So this is a great blessing, and we will have that blessing through listening to the Dhamma. And when you listen to the Dhamma, as Venerable Nanda mentioned that we are going to help Mr. Tissa Jayasinghe, who passed away 3 months ago. So we are not asking him to come and listen to Dhamma, because he can't come here, he can't be here to listen to Dhamma and get benefit. How can you help him? What is the best way to help who has passed away? The Buddha has encountered so many problems like this, so he instructed his followers, other people who came with the same question, how can we help our relatives, those who have passed away, those who are no more in human form? He instructed that do something good, do something good to yourself, good to others, and good to both of us. When you do that kind of good things, what happens to you? You will be free from bad thoughts. Our mind constantly generating lots of negative thoughts, anger, hatred, jealousy, desires, greediness, these are always there. So at least for a few moments, at least for a few minutes, you will be free from these negative thoughts. And he is not asking only Buddhists have negative thoughts. You can go to many people in any part of this world. Like we have same biological formation, we have same mental formation. We get angry for same thing. We smile for same thing. We laugh for same thing. So we have same reaction. Other than cultural influences, human beings are almost same in every part of the world. So he mentioned this, he taught this, because every human being has these negative thoughts until you are enlightened. So you try best to avoid at least few minutes. Do not get these negative thoughts into your mind. What happens during that period? You are generating positive thoughts. Instead of anger, you are generating loving kindness. When you think about the person who passed away, Mr. Tissa Jayasinghe, or any other relatives who were with you and no more with you, you will have positive thoughts about him. You will start remembering his good qualities. He was very helpful. As a father, Mrs. Nilum can think that he was a great father to me. Because of him, I had this world. I came to this world. And Mr. Palita and other relatives. So you can have loving kindness toward that person, at least for 1 hour. And after that, you will have positive thoughts. You don't grasp things. Now you have to spend a little bit of money to organize this kind of function. So you spend for good reason, not only to entertain yourself, but to have some happiness which is priceless. So you are free from greed, free from avarice. At the same time, you believe, you accept the law of karma. If you do something good to others, there will be a good result. This is the simple law of karma. Good action has good result. Bad action has good bad result. We believe that, we have seen that, how it works. So you are free from these three negative thoughts. Lobha, dosa and moha. So at least for 1 hour, you will be free from negative thoughts. This will be a great blessing to yourselves. And at the same time, at the end of this ceremony, end of this talk, you will be thrilled, you will be rejoiced. Then you can recall the person who has passed away and transfer it to them. Help them, blessing them. May you gain this happiness. May you enjoy this happiness, this merit, and make your life better. This is how Buddhists transfer merit to departed ones. And not only you bless them, you will be blessed, because you avoid lots of negative influences because of generating positive thoughts in you. And as parents, perhaps all parents who are here, they have some hope from their children. Every one of parents, those who are mother, father. So you should know better than us, because we are not parents to anyone. So you should have very good experience about being a parent. When you rear a child, when you grow a child, you live with some hope. And Buddha has taught this. There are 5 hopes that every mother, every father, disregarding race, disregarding religion, any particular country or region, he mentioned that every parents have this hope. 5 hopes. First thing, bhatote sang bharisati. We looked after these kids and we grew them up, we reared them up. When we are grown old, they will look after us. That is the hope as a mother, as a father. And you have that responsibility in return. You have that duty toward your parents. Whoever you are, wherever you are, you have that duty. Because the Buddha has also instructed that if you are not being able to be gratitude, if you are not grateful to people who helped you, you are valueless. You have no value of being a human. You need to learn how to be grateful to people. So the first thing, my children will look after me. And second thing, kicham nesang karissati. We started some sort of life, let's say Sri Lankan, because your majority are Sri Lankan. So you have some cultural practices. I have seen in Sri Lanka when I was there for 12 years, the parent, when children are just about 5, 4, they take their children to the Dhamma school on Sundays when they have holiday. They take to this Dhamma school and try to teach them something new, something not taught in school. Subject-based knowledge you will gain from any kind of school. Mathematics, language, science, or any subject, you have that knowledge. But how to live as a human, how to become a human is most important thing. Great-minded people, great scientists, if they have no religious view, like Einstein has said once that religion, science without religion is blind. So any kind of knowledge, if it is without particular moral guidelines, ethical guidelines, that will be blind. So children who grow here, they need to have that religious education. So Sri Lankan parents, they knew, they forced a lot their children. Sometimes they give positive reinforcement. They say that we will give you gifts, we will take you to fun park if you go to Dhamma school. And they try to encourage them and they learn something good, which is different. And I'm sure that those who are here today, I think Mrs. Nelum and those who are here, you must have attended Dhamma school. You must have learned something from there, which is not taught in school. So these cultural practices, you have to transfer to your second generation. And when you are here, I have talked to some children who grow here as Sri Lankan, but they are growing in this Western culture. They have very big issue. The biggest problem they have is communication gap. They are not being able to communicate with their parents. It's been very difficult task for children as well as parents. They think in different way because children are growing here, they have never seen Sri Lankan culture, they have just heard or seen once or twice, and parents are trying their best, forcing a lot to make them original Sri Lankan. Now there is a big crisis, big issue between parents and children. So there should be good communication between parents and children. You have to understand them. When we talk to parents, they say, yes, we guide them, yes, we instruct them, we tell them not to do this, not to do that. But how many of you listen to them? How many of you listen to your children? What are their thoughts? How they believe, how they understand Sri Lankan culture, how they understand Buddhism, how they understand your religion. So you have to ask them, because they are not grown in Sri Lanka. You are not in Sri Lanka. It's a totally different country. At the same time, children also need to learn something that belongs to you. I used to say this all the time. Even you are in America or in any country, you are grown here, you have been here for a long time, but when you go among these local people, those who are originally from here, you will be isolated. Because even you are neutralized here, even you are a citizen of America, you will be always identified as your nation are. If you are from Sri Lanka, you will be originally Sri Lankan, no matter what kind of status you hold. You will be considered original Sri Lankan, but neutralized American. So that is what you do when you become citizen. I heard this word, neutralization. So you will be neutralized, you mean nullified. You will be nullified here. So when you go among others, you will be isolated. This is very big crisis. You have identity crisis. Because you haven't learned Sri Lankan tradition, you don't have that kind of knowledge, and you are not American, you have identity crisis. Therefore, it is always beneficial to learn a little bit of your culture. And this is a hope that every parent has. They hope that their children learn these things, at least not all, something. As a Buddhist, as any other religion, as Sri Lankan, you have very unique tradition, so you learn them. As Indian, they have unique tradition. As Nepalese, they have their own tradition. So you have to learn them, so you will be not facing identity crisis. It's a big issue. You will be in big trouble when you have this crisis. Better avoid it to learn little bit of your culture. And that is a hope that every parent has. That is the second thing. And third, that parents hope, Kulavangsang Thapessati. And third, as parents, every mother, every father, they has hope that you have particular business. You've been doing some sort of business, your own belongings. So you want your children to continue your business. So as children, they have to learn it, and as parents, you have to teach them. At the same time, you have to listen. This is not only a monologue. There should be dialogue. You're not talking, not advising all the time. You have to listen to their comment. You have to listen to their ideas. Then there will be communication. Otherwise, there will be domination. You are dominating your children and try to force them. Yes, they will behave nice in front of you. But when you turn around, they become devil. So if you want to make them real children, your children, you have to listen them. There should be dialogue. And they will learn your business, they will learn your terms, and they will continue. And the last one, which is very important, and that is religious term, so Buddhists believe in rebirth. After we end this life, we have to continue our journey as a human or any other form. So we want to end this journey For that we need some positive energy. We call merit, punya. So those who pass away, they expect merit from you. That is what you are doing today. Your father, Mr. Jai Singh, if he expects some sort of merit from you to support him in his life, so you are going to transfer him this merit. These 5 hopes every parent has in their mind all the time. And they die with this hope. But most of the time, they won't mention. They won't ask you. They never ask you to look after them. Your parents will never ask you to look after them, to continue their tradition. But they have that hope. So as children, it's your responsibility, it's our responsibility to learn this and continue. This is how it's been continued for a long time, maybe 2,300 years in Sri Lanka. So this is a part of it. This is a part of Sri Lankan tradition, to having religious service, conducting sermon, Dhamma talk, to help those who have departed and also yourself. I mentioned a gatha that is from a famous discourse of the Buddha, Alavaka Sutra, which explains very important messages that will be helpful for us to discuss today. Saddhida Vittang Purusasa Settang, a brief story. This Alavaka is dawn of underworld. If you have any idea about dawn, this, I don't know any other word, this villain, the kind of person who take contract to kill someone, to rob someone. So dawn. He was a kind of dawn in India in Buddha's time. Very famous, very notorious, not famous. And he had done some good in his past life. So maybe in his this very life. So he has this opportunity to listen to the Buddha and learn something good, to enlighten himself. One day Buddha went to his place, and that time he was not there. Then Buddha went to his palace, his house, and waited until he come. He came. He was very sad. He was very mad at the Buddha, and he asked him to get out from my house. And Buddha did as he asked. He didn't offend. He said, okay, I will go out. When the Buddha was coming out, he again called him back. So he put the Buddha in trouble. He did this for several times. Sent him out, brought him back, and third time Buddha denied to do this. I'm not going to go out anymore. So do whatever you can. So he wanted to ask a few questions. That is the story of the sutra, and he wanted to ask some question. Okay, if you are not going out, I have few questions that is coming from my grandfather's grandfather. It's been not solved. It's been unsolved, and I'm in big crisis. If you can help me to solve these questions, I will excuse you. So Buddha agreed. Okay, bring your question. He brought this question and asked from Buddha. He started with Kingsudha Vittam Purisassa Settam. The first question he asked, what is the greatest wealth for a human being? So maybe those who are here, if you have that question, I will explain in religious term, not this material term. You know better than me about material belongings. Buddha explained in religious, that is beneficial for here and hereafter. So Buddha explained, Saddhida Vittam Purisassa Settam. Confidence is the best wealth as a human. Your confidence toward your religion, any kind of religion that you follow. Because as I have studied, as I have heard, met people, no religion teaches bad thing. If any religion teaches bad, then that is not religious teaching. Because when you go to extreme, even Buddhism become a virus. Buddhism is big trouble for people who are extremist. If you are extremist in any religion, then you are not teaching religion. You are not following any of them. Because we learn something good. As human, let's see how you've been led your life. You spend 15 years in childhood, another 15 years to gain a degree, to become a qualified person, another 15 years to settle down as a household life. Another 15 years preparing to die. So that is how our life plan goes. We have little time to live a free life, a spiritual life. So we need this religion because we have limited time. We are supposed to die sooner. Maybe, who knows that when our time comes? There is no calendar, there is no any kind of science developed yet to tell us that you have this much time, you have this much days. It's unpredictable and it's inevitable too. So as mortal beings, as we are supposed to die, we need to follow some good teachers. Every religion, I know about Buddha a lot. So he is a great teacher. He taught us so many good things. When you worship the Buddha, what do you say? Itipiso bhagava araham samma sambuddho. So you continue on. So he mentioned about his great qualities as a great teacher. And at some point, we learn about his patience. How patient he was. He forbeared so many things. When people come to, there was one incident, a Brahmin whose name was Akkosa Bharadwaja, a person who is famous to blame people, to accuse people. One day when Buddha was on alms round, he met the Buddha. And he started telling all filthy words to the Buddha in front of him. Without any mistake, without any reason, he started blaming the Buddha. So many bad words, so many filthy words, start blaming on. And as a person, what do you expect when you blame someone? What do you expect? Have you ever blamed anyone for no reason? I don't think so. So yes, you have blamed someone, but when we have fight with someone else, what do you expect? What do you expect? Harmony? No. You need some reply. When you say something, you want to hear something back, so you can be reinforced, you will be motivated, and you say something stronger. That is how fight goes on. So this man also expected to Buddha say some filthy words, but he was quiet like a stone, and he couldn't continue because his Buddha is not saying anything. After a while he was tired and he said, "What's wrong with you? I'm saying so many things, you are not replying, not saying a single word. Are you deaf? Are you not listening to me? What's wrong with you?" So Buddha asked something else. What if you have, do you have visitors at your home sometimes? He was surprised. What is this question about? I'm saying something else and you are asking something else. In Sinhala I used to say this, Yanne kohede? Mallepo. So, asking something, saying something else. He said, answer my question. Do you have visitors? He said, yes, I have visitors. And how do you treat them? Well, when they come, I prepare some good dish, some good food, and serve them. And what if he denied to receive your food? Well, when the food is fresh, we will serve to ourselves. I have my family members, I share with my family members. So, whatever you have said up to now, I won't take any of them. Take all of it. Take it yourself, keep it yourself. So he had nothing to say. He realized that this person was listening everything, but he was so equanimous. He was not taking any of them. You don't have to take anything as soon as someone said. So he replied that, and he asked, how do you do this? How do you do this kind of improvement in yourself? He said, I have practiced Dhamma. So Dhamma is the technique. I have faith, I have confidence toward this Dhamma. This Dhamma has helped me throughout my life. So if you have confidence toward any kind of these teachers, it could be the Buddha, it could be some, well, let me say some story from Hinduism, because I was born in Hindu family. As a child, later on I became a monk. So I knew so many Hindu stories. Stories from Devas, some gods. I knew a god, maybe those, you too also know that one, Ganesh. You must be familiar with the god Ganesh. He is the god that every Hindu should worship first. If you start any kind of religious service, You should worship Ganesh first, then you go to other devas. There is a reason behind this, as I have learned. So there was a competition between two brothers, Ganesh and Kumar. Those are two brothers, and they have this competition. What was the competition? They have to go around this Kailash Parvat, the huge mountain where his father Shiva lives. These two sons have to go around this Kailash Parvat and come back to their parents. And who comes first? The person who comes first, he will be worshipped first in the world. So it was the challenge. And Kumar had a vehicle, Vahan. It is peacock. Yes, Monara. Monara is this Kumara's vehicle. And Ganesh has also a vehicle. Do you know what is it? The mouse. So do you think that this elephant-sized Ganesh will fit on mouse to go around the Kailash Parvat? That's not possible. So he thought for a while, and he went around his parents, Shiva and Parvati. He went around this Shiva Parvati for 3 times and worshipped them. And he said, well, this Parvat is nothing to me. You are my parents. So I would rather go around you than going around this lifeless rock. And he won the bet, and he was considered the first god to be worshipped. So these kind of examples, even from Rama's story, even Ramayana, Mahabharata, any epic, if you take, there are lots of good things that you can learn from them. Rama, the great king, who sacrificed his kingdom because of his father's request. He gave his kingdom to his brother. How many of you can give up your belongings to your brother? How many of you have that kind of generosity? See, every religion, they have something good. Being a Buddhist, being a Hindu, being a Christian or Muslim, any form of religion you follow, that means being loyal to your great teacher. You come in front of the Buddha and don't seek shelter from him. You say, Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, Dhammang Saranang Gacchami, Sanghang Saranang Gacchami. That's great. You recited that. You take Buddha as refuge. But all of us know that he passed away 2,600 years ago. And he's not coming back for you to help. He's not coming back to, okay, you're in trouble, come out, I will help you. Don't expect that. He's no more there. These statues, these pictures, these symbols, they represent him, but he's not there. We are not trying to seek help from the Buddha. Don't ever expect that. Any religion, if you go to any other religious teachers, I used to tell this when I was in Nepal as a monk. So our people have very strong belief in gods. And they are in big trouble because they believe in God, they seek every help from God. Now, better than gods are in more trouble than people. Do you know why? You go to the God, you go to the temple and you ask, oh God, I have this trouble. My son is in big trouble, or some land is in trouble. Please help me. You do that, you offer something and you go back. Now this God thinks this man has came. He didn't mention his name. He didn't give me his address. No contact. So how am I supposed to help this man? And do you think only 1 or 2 person comes to the God? There will be hundreds of people coming all the time, seeking help, asking this and that, making demands. Now this, if you are a God, what would you do? If you have overloaded job, definitely you will resign. You will quit that. So gods, all of gods, those who are, as we consider, there were Vishnu, Kataragama, Shiva, if there were gods like we believe, I'm sure that all of them have resigned and became Hamidru, monk. Definitely. They will resign from their post and go to some forest monastery. Because how can you look after thousands of people like that? Someone says that they have different forms, they have more than one body. There could be, but how long are you going to seek help from them? You have to be your own light. So you come in front of any teacher and worship them. You have to determine that I see you and your examples. As Buddha, he has developed lots of compassion. He dealt with the problems. Of course, Buddha had lots of problems. Some people make so many bad accusations, bad reputation about Buddha. Chinchi Manavika, like this, when Buddha was having a Dhamma talk, she came into the Dhamma shrine hall and she blamed the Buddha that she was pretending to be pregnant. So she said, you are the one who is responsible for this. And that was revealed in a while. So Buddha didn't panic. So these examples, so many stories, you learn stories, you listen to stories, that is to be inspired. And learn this religious teachers' lifestyle, how they led. And having faith to them means not to seek help from them, but follow their steps. As Buddhists, you have to follow the Buddha's steps. He is the teacher who shows us path. He is only the person who shows us path. He would not take you to the Nibbana, taking your hand, come, I will take you. He will never do that. One day a person, young man, who comes to temple to listen Dhamma talk, he has this doubt. So Buddha is very powerful, he has so many qualities. Why don't you help people? So he went to Buddha, he said, Buddha, you have so many supernatural powers. So you see people like us who has busy life, lots of business, lots of whole household works. So we can't come to temple every time, we can't come to listen Dhamma every time. And about meditation, no time at all. We don't have time to meditate. Why don't you use your power to make us enlightened? So he asked from the Buddha. I think people also, those who are here today, not you, maybe some people, they think, okay, Hamdra, why don't you do instead of us? Why don't you get Nibbana to us? And I remember someone asked me today, is there ping to buy in a shop? Is there merit to be sold somewhere? So this man asked the Buddha, and Buddha said, well, where are you from? This is how Buddha give answer. He will sometimes give direct answer, but sometimes he asks counter question. So he asked, where are you from? He said, I am from Savatthi, the famous city. Sravasti. Said, but you don't look like Sravathian. Where are you originally from? Like when you said, I'm American, so you will be asked again, yes, you are American, neutralized, but where are you originally from? So he said, I am originally from Magadha. It's another famous city. So do you have relation with Magadha? Yes, I have. I have business there, family members there. And how often you visit there? Well, at least twice a month. So then you should know way to Magadha very well. You know the path to Magadha very well. Yes, I can remember every junction very well. So do you have any friends in Savatthi? I have friends in Savatthi. So if they ask you to the way to the Magadha, do you hide or you reveal? Well, there is nothing to hide. I will tell them, you go from here, go to the end of Savatthi, then there is Varanasi, from there you go to the right, then you go to the Visala, then you come to Magadha. So he told the path. I can explain them. When you explain the path, what happens to the person who is listening? Will he reach to the Magadha or do something else? No, he won't. Just listening to the explanation, just listening to the direction, he would not reach to Magadha. He has to take a vehicle, he has to take some sort of traveling mean, or he have to walk on this path, and only then he will reach to Magadha. So is Buddha's teaching. He has shown us the correct path. This is the path you have to take. So if you go on, then you will reach the Nibbana. Otherwise, if path is there and you pray here, that would not happen. Like people, when you want to cross the river and you are in the other bank of the river and the next bank is Nibbana. You are praying here all the day and night, offering flowers, offering lantern, offering so many good things, praying that, oh Nibbana, come to me, oh Nibbana, come to me. That would never happen. You have to use your effort to cross the river. Use your effort to cross the river. At least you will reach closer to it. One day you will reach to the Nibbana. So this religious faith, Shraddha, we call Shraddha, which should be very strong, which should be unbreakable, not changeable, not changing one. You are very firm in your confidence. That is called Shraddha. And we have this Shraddha, not the wrong, not the blind faiths, not blind faith, not following the blind steps. You are following because someone else told you. In Buddha's time, a king wanted to examine how blind people behave. So that is a sutra called Jachanda, which means blind by birth. So those who are blind by birth, they have no idea about anything outside. They have just physical contact and they check. So one day this king wanted to check their knowledge, and he collected few blind people who are blind by birth, about 6-7 blind people. And what did he do? They let them touch an elephant. So someone was holding its leg, someone holding its belly, someone its head, someone its ear. So then king brought these blind people and asked, what did you touch? It was an elephant. So how was it? The person who held its leg, he said, it's like a pillar. Elephant is like a pillar. Another one said, no, elephant is not like pillar. Elephant is like a wall. It's a huge wall, because he touched the belly. So another blind, he touched the elephant's head. He said something else. One touched trunk, he said something else. And one touched, no, all of you are silly. All of you are mad. Elephant is not that big. It's like a broom, because he holds elephant's tail. So for him, elephant is like a tail, a broom. So what happened? They start fighting with each other. You are wrong, I am correct. They started fighting, they started blaming each other, accusing each other. So, idameva satyam mogamanyam, I am correct, you are wrong. This argument went on. So when you have blind faith, that happens. You have to follow that with understanding, not hitting arrow in blind or darkness. You have to know where to hit the spot. So that confidence will help you. That confidence will take you to a better place. And having this confidence is considered saddha, saddhidvittam. That is the best wealth that you can have, which is not changing, which is helping you, lifting you from all troubles. And second one, Kingsu Sujinno Sukhama Vahati. Second one is, what should you accumulate to be a pure accumulation? What should you collect? So in Buddhism we call Dhammo Sujinno Sukhama Vahati. You have to accumulate Dhamma, that means merit. So Dhamma is very important. Let's consider, if you have seen some poor people, those people who are even in our countries, we have seen people, they don't have basic needs, not even infrastructures. They have lots of trouble, no education, no basic needs, no good living life. So in compared to them, we have better life. We have good life because we are healthy. Physically we are good, mentally our mind is working well. So what do you think? What made us different from them? It is because karma. In Buddha, in the Dhamma Sutra and so many places, Buddha explains, kamma komi, kamma dayadu, kamma bandhu. Our relative, one who travels with us all the way, is karma. You are dead. What you have done, good and bad. Now let's say someone says that, I think some people used to say that, we don't do bad. There was one Achi in our temple. She came there, she's a little old, and she said that she's a Buddhist, but she has never attended any SIL program. Since childhood, she has never observed 8 precepts and been at temple or listening to any. Because I asked why didn't you do that? She said she also doesn't meditate. And why did you do that? She said, because I do no bad. I don't do any bad things. I have no bad deeds. So I don't think I should do good things. I'm not interested. Well, that is good reasoning. That's a good point. But what happens if you have seen a beautiful lake? this lake is full of very clean water, which is, let's say, nothing is harming, no bad thing coming, no one is polluting this lake. It's completely protected. But do you think this clean, beautiful lake will remain beautiful, clean all the time? The nature is such that it starts changing from inside. There will be moss growing inside, grasses, animal creatures will start growing. So this beautiful lake would not remain same for a long time. So when things are not in motion, not moving, it starts changing, it starts polluting from inside. So is that person. I told this example to her. So if you are not improving something good, you have particular karma that is bringing good result to you, you will end it. It's same example when you have bank balance. You have good bank balance, good credit. So you are not adding anymore because you think, I have enough. You spend all the time, day and night you spend. Well, how long are you going to spend? At some point, your credit will go to zero and you will be in big trouble. So you have to keep on adding. You have to keep on adding good things into this credit, into this balance, because you can keep on spending. Every moment we live here because of our good deeds. If you start feeling something bad happening in your life, that means realize that your bad karma is coming after you. Every one of us has both, good and bad. So this is like two horses, strong and weak. When karma, punya is, good deed is strong, it will be forward. When bad is strong, it will be forward. So you have to always keep this good deed stronger to avoid bad result. So in Buddhism, we consider punya, this is the best friend that you can have. Best friend ever we can have in our life. Because in Buddha's word you say, Sukhasetam bhikkhave adivachana. Punya means nothing else but happiness. When you have happiness in you, doing good things, that means you are accumulating, you are accruing lots of punya, merit. When you are not, you can't have that happiness doing bad things. You hurt someone, you kill someone, you steal something, you can't have that happiness. That won't be punya. So this is helpful in any form of life. Human being, they need punya. Animals, they need punya. You must have seen that even animals here, pet animals, those who are here, they have better life than any our pets in Sri Lanka or Nepal or India. Do you accept that or not?
Yes.
Yes, because last year when I went to Arizona, there I saw a dog, very familiar one. So I asked, this dog is not American. So they said, yes, he is from Sri Lanka. So this dog came from Sri Lanka and he was really privileged to be in here. He was brought with lots of cure and lots of insurance, lots of benefits. And what happened when they brought this dog, their relatives, those who are not relatives, neighbors, they were so jealous about this dog. So we didn't do enough merit as this dog did. So this form of life, they saw this difference because of karma. Even animals, they have done good deeds. But the problem is they did in wrong way. That is the result. If you are cheating someone, if you are gathering money, or if you are earning in a wrong way, and you spend those money to do good things, or in charity, in generosity, building temple, helping poor people, giving to homeless people, you do this. And I know in Sri Lanka, I don't know here, but in Sri Lanka and in our countries, when these Senate members, ministers, they do lots of charity things. Because they collect something from somewhere and they donate a little bit. So I'm sure that what happens to them in the future. This way of giving is not correct. You have to earn in a correct way. You have to gather, you have to earn in a correct way and spend them wisely. If you are earning in a wrong way and you're spending for good reason, yes, you will get result, like that dog did. Do you think that even dogs here, they will go on 2 feet? They won't walk on 2 feet. They will walk as other dogs do. They may be trained in a good way, but their nature won't change. They will remain dog as they used to be. They will, yes, they will go on air-conditioned car, they have good sleeping place, good food, even doctors, veteran, there are lots of doctors who take care of them. Everything could be there, but their nature, life of animal would not develop because they did in wrong way. This punya is necessary to make this difference. Dog in Khataragama, where there is one temple in our Khataragama, and in Kalkis, Mount Lavinia. So I have seen these 2 different dogs. In Khataragama dogs, they eat anything you give. Rice without any curry, no problem, they will eat up. No, not need fish, not need any good curry, just rice, they will eat up. But dogs in Mount Lavinia, or in Colombo, without fish, no way. They will not come to closer. They won't smell even, they will just skip it. So, they have having better life. And here it's something totally different. So this difference, what I see, is because of karma. Karma is producing these results, different form of life. Even same in human life. Even in our lives, it's same. We have very strong influence of this karma. Our deed will follow us. Whether you accept it, you deny it, you totally ignore it, doesn't matter. It doesn't need your attention. Karma doesn't need your approval to follow you. It will come after you. It is with you all the time. And it's changing your life, step by step, day by day. The way you think, and the way you live, it's been changed because of karma. As human being, we have this benefit, we have this advantage. You can change this karma. You can alter this karma. If you are getting bad result, if you think that you have something bad result to suffer, you can change it. You can totally eradicate that karma by getting into good karma. So this is only possible in human life. This is only possible in human life, not any elsewhere, not in any other form of life. That's why we have to change this. We have to accumulate good karma, good dhamma, this merit, in order to have this life better and hereafter. So that is the second, dhammo suchinno sukama vahati. And third one, satchang have sadhutarang rasana. When you say satchang have, that means, the third one, the question was, Kingsu suchinno sukama vahati, what should be listened? Satya should be listened, the truth should be listened. That is the truth that we try to listen from any religion. So Satya, which means not telling lie. Any religion, if they accept truth, it could be different. In Buddhism, dukkha is truth for us. But same dukkha could be good for some other religion. Doesn't matter. Based on what you believe, what you accept, it might change. But there is particular good things that all of us accept. That is truth. So, in Buddhism, as we accept 5 precepts, the 4th one, Musavada Veramani, when you say this 4th precept, it means I will not tell lies. Because lie causes lots of trouble. It creates lots of problem. You are telling something didn't happen. You are creating discrimination between people, and you are also polluting the language. When you lie in Sinhala a lot, do you think people will love Sinhala or in any other language? If everybody lies in Sinhala, it becomes a language of liars. So language value will be there when it is used for meaningful purpose. So not to lie. And why is important not to lie? That will reveal lots of good things. That will reveal what is correct, who is correct. Most of the time, argument, fight, quarrel, there is one reason. We lack patience. When you have fight with one another, what happens? You never listen to your opponent. You never listen to your opposite person. You just keep on talking. So what happens? You are not listening to him. He is also not listening to you, he or she. So both of you are not listening to each other, and this will keep on going, keep on going. You end up with big troubles. You won't look at this person's face again. You will determine yourself, I will not face him again. I will not talk to him for a lifetime. It's not just, I'm saying, I have seen people, even living in same house, because of very trivial matter, they don't talk to each other for lifetimes. They don't look at their faces for lifetimes. Ego, lack of patience. If you can develop a little bit of patience, you will come to know what is true. You have this opportunity to understand what is true. So there's a story about how to improve patience. There was a couple living in a house, and they have a little bit of problem every day. In the evening, they start fighting. So, you know, household matters, small problems. Husband shouts at wife, and wife is no less than husband. She will reply with, she will shout in return. And this thing continues every day, today, tomorrow, every day. What happened to neighbors? If you have fighting family in your neighbor, definitely you will complain. Here you will call someone. So this neighbor was nice, so she thought to help this couple, and she went to this house and asked a lady to come home, invited her and asked, what's your problem? Every evening I hear you are shouting to your husband. What's the matter? What makes you shout? And she explained, well, there was no big deal actually. Sometimes food is not good, sometimes room is not neat. Small problems. So we're used to it now. So see, the neighbor thought, I will help you. So she brought a bottle, this medicine, keep this with you. Today you go home, keep it yourself, and when husband comes, you have to take this medicine. When he starts shouting, you take this medicine, put into your mouth, don't swallow, keep it in your mouth and wait. So then this will start working. She was happy, oh, I got the medicine today. She went home and waited until husband come. He came. No longer, you know what's the reason to fight, better than me. So husband starts fighting, saying, start complaining this and that. She didn't remember the medicine for 10 minutes, and she was there and she remembered, oh, my friend gave me a medicine. Went inside the room, took this medicine, filled her mouth and came out. So she has no way to talk, and husband has all the way to talk. He was keep on blaming on, keep on shouting, why you're not talking, why you're looking like this, and she can't reply. 10 minutes was more than enough. She threw the medicine and fought again. So first day, 10 minutes was one person silent. Another day, same technique repeated, and she was able to keep quiet another 15 minutes. So it's much better than yesterday. Day after that, this continued. Now she can keep quiet. She doesn't need to reply, and husband, he keeps on shouting. After 1 hour, he gets fed up and he keep quiet. So this was solved because of one person. And they went to thank this friend, the neighbor. And they brought some gift for her and thanked. Well, she gave very good medicine. It was a bottle of water. So it was the medicine. Have you ever tasted water? No one of you have done. Because you just drink to quench the thirst. But medicine is really a good medicine. This water is really good medicine. It can solve lots of big troubles, big problems. You don't need to get into big crises, big fights. So even in story, it says about the wife was quiet. In real life, husband can use this same technique. It's anyone, but one has to keep quiet to reveal the truth. what do you call in Sinhala? You can't clap with one hand. No? So you need both hands. Yeah, someone tries to do this. So that's cheating, don't cheat. So to have clash, to have fight, we need another person. Single person can't fight. Even he does, or she does, it will go away very soon. So to reveal truth, this is very important. And the last one, Panya Jiving Jivita Mahu Setta. The last one is how to live a meaningful life. So the Buddha explained, live with wisdom. That is the best life you can have. So in Buddhism it means to understand nature of life through experience. It's about meditation. You have to, let's say in the mundane level, to live with wisdom means not with degrees. I used to tell a story about a person who has so many degrees and he went on a voyage. You must have heard this story. This person had more than one PhD. Let's say he's a great scholar, a very erudite person. He went on a voyage and he very talkative. Because when people learn, they can't keep inside. It's boiling all the time, so they need someone to talk. So he wanted to talk with someone. And in the ship, he found a sailor who is very poor guy, who has no education. He caught this man and asked, do you know what is geology? So for him it was a Greek word. Geology, never heard. What is this? He said, you don't know geology. You wasted 1/4 of your life. It's the science of our earth. It explains every part of our earth. You don't know this. What a waste. So after a while, again this sailor was called by this scholar. And do you know what is astrology? So another Greek word for him. Astrology. Wow, new word. What is astrology? I have never heard. Then you have wasted half of your life. It is the science of planets, celestial lives, celestial world. You don't have any idea. What a poor guy. Again, after a while, this man called this sailor and asked, do you know what is oceanology? Another Greek word for him. So that is never heard. You live in ocean, and you travel all the time in ocean and you don't know oceanology. What a tragedy. You have wasted three part of your life. So suddenly there was panic. People were running everywhere. Alarm. This ship has hit an iceberg. And what happened now? Ship starts sinking. And the sailor came to this scholar and said, do you know how to swim? So, well, I have never practiced that. I hardly know how to swim. Then you have wasted total of your life. Because this ship is going to sink. So if you don't know, I'm sorry. So lots of knowledge. This is not panya. Wisdom is not only having subject-based knowledge. It is practical knowledge. In Sanskrit, they used to say, Varang buddhir nasa vidya vidyaya buddhiruttama buddhihina vinashyante yathate singha karaka. There's another story. For this says that Varang buddhir nasa vidya. There are two terms in Pali, buddhi and vidya. Vidya means what you acquire in school, in college, in university. So you learn from other people and you acquire good knowledge. And buddhi means practical knowledge. Being very wise in experiential things, how to solve problems, how to deal with people, how to react in particular moment. That is buddhi. It's totally different. Therefore, this Sanskrit scholar said that having buddhi is better than having vidya. So practical knowledge is better than academic intelligence. Academic intelligence is helpful for your one part of life. But practical knowledge is very important. Nowadays, this is the big problem. You learn lots of theories, lots of discipline, lots of principles, because I was studying psychology in university, so I also had same problem, how to apply them in real world. You know lots of theories, lots of findings of different scholars. You have problem to how to apply them. Nowadays I'm finding some ways to apply them. So having academic intelligence, academic knowledge is not enough. So to have a meaningful life, you need to know how to apply them. Otherwise you will be always behind, always remain backward. So this is very important, and that is in mundane level. In supreme level or supramundane level, or in the sense of spiritual development, panya means to break this continuity. We have this continuous life. Started as a child, infant child, you grew up, adolescent, teenagers, adolescent, now grown adult, grow older and dead. So this is not going to end. This journey is very long. You have to break at some point. You have to understand this is not endless journey. You have to find a solution. For that we have good technique, the meditation. Through meditation, Buddha has realized how to get rid of this endless journey. So we have to find out this. That should be the purpose of spiritual development. You can have good life here, you can have very luxurious life here, but how long? Are you going to live forever? Are you immortal? You have the same life all the time? No, this change is always there. Either you accept it or not, change is always there. You have to stop this change. The simple technique we teach in Buddhism, as I mentioned yesterday also, you have to learn how to remain mindful. The way to remain mindful, being at this present moment, is very important. So that helps you to break this continuity, to realize this body, physical body, mental component, they are always changing. Without a break, without a single moment of break, this is changing all the time. We know it. We know at intellectual level. We have read in book, we have listened from Hamudru, listened from preachers, you have seen people getting older, dying, and seeing yourself. Go to your home and collect your pictures, you see how you have changed throughout these years. So you see these changes, you have to experience it. You have to experience and accept this change. If you don't accept it, you will suffer a lot. At the time of death, you have to cry, you have to lament. You are not ready to go. You will suffer a lot. So wisdom, living a life with wisdom means accepting this change. Life is supposed to change all the time. No matter you are in America or in Sri Lanka or in any country, no matter what kind of nationality you hold, you are changing all the time. Every human being, every living being, they constantly change. So you have to remain mindful. You have to stop this. By being mindful and stopping, producing cause of discontinuity. That is called wisdom. That comes with meditation. And if you can do this, you don't need to cheat anyone. You don't need to cry when your time comes, because death is inevitable. It will come someday. So Yamarajuru, I used to tell his story all the time. He's a very good friend of mine. Yamarajuru, the Lord of Death, Yama. One day what happened, he came to a tea shop. If you haven't heard the story. So this Yamarajuru came to this tea shop. A young man was there, let's say like kind of Starbucks. Here you have. So this young man was there and he identified, you came here, who are you? He said, I am the Lord of Death. I came to take you today. He said, I am very young. I'm just 25. I'm married yet. I have to settle down, start a household life. Lots of things to do. My degree is still pending. So why don't you give me a little bit time? So Yamarajuru said, well, I am also doing a duty. I'm also doing a job. So I can't give you extra time. Today is your day. You see, I have a list of name. Your name comes at the top. So I can't help. You have to come with me. And then there is no excuse. This young man, who is a human, so he's smart. He wanted to cheat Yamarajuru, the Lord of Death. And he made a good coffee and gave to Yamarajuru, please, before we take our leave, enjoy this coffee. It's man-made coffee, very good one. And he drank the coffee. This man, what did he do? He put a sleeping tablet in this coffee. Now Yamarajuru fell asleep. What would you do there, if you were there? You will remove your name from the top first, and where would you plug in? At the end of the list. So he did same, because he is same smart guy. So after a few, maybe 1-2 hours, Yamarajuru woke up and he was happy, because this young man, being so nice to him, said, you've been so kind to me, so I will do you a favor. Today I will not start from the top, I'll start from the bottom. So when your time comes, no matter what you do, no matter what technique you use, you can't cheat. You can't cheat there. It's inevitable. When the time comes, please just get ready to go with whatever comes. So for that, let's have a life of wisdom, wise life. So you don't need to cheat Yamarajuru when he comes. When he comes, yes, I'm ready. I'm already packed off. Let's take our leave. So everyone has turn to come. Everyone has this turn to go with him. Whether he comes or not, you have to go. So when that day comes, may you not regret for any reason. So to have good confidence toward whatever you believe. Your religion, your spiritual guide, your teacher, and don't stop where you are. This is not the solution. Even you don't do bad, that means you are spending something. Your bank balance is getting low every day. So you have to add something good in order to maintain that good life. Otherwise, day by day, you are spending, and without much knowledge, you will deviate, you will go down, and very deep down. So to avoid that, keep on cultivating good virtues. Keep on doing good things. That is beneficial. And third one, be trustworthy, be truthful. So have patience when you talk, and be truthful when you talk to someone else. The last one, wisdom, life of wisdom. That is the 4 important ways, 4 important messages from the Buddha to each and every one of us. So I think I have talked enough. So for another 10 minutes, let's do a little bit of meditation, as Mrs. Nelum wanted to do it at the beginning, so I thought to have it at the end. So for a while, please, wherever you are, prepare your seats. And just for 10 minutes, we will do a simple meditation, that is meditation of loving kindness, which has immense result, good result for all of us, for our well-being. About 1 hour, we've been listening to Dhamma talk, so we have generated lots of positive thoughts in us. So sit straight, keep your eyes closed very gently. Take few breaths intentionally, a long breath, in and out. Try to be aware of this breathing. Forget all tensions, problems, everything. And remain with your breath. All of us gathered here and listened to some good teachings of the Buddha. Our mind was free from all negative thoughts, so we were able to have positive thoughts, positive energies. Now let's look upon ourselves and all people surrounding us with this positive energy, out of compassion, out of loving kindness. Please repeat these sentences in your mind very silently, just in your mind. May my physical body be well, healthy and strong. May my physical body be well, healthy and strong. May my physical body be well, healthy and strong. May my mind function properly. May my mind function properly. May my mind function properly. May I be free from hatred, jealousy, anger, and all negative thoughts. May I be free from hatred, anger, jealousy, and all negative thoughts. May I be free from anger, hatred, jealousy, and all negative thoughts. May I live in peace and harmony. May I live in peace and harmony. May I live in peace and harmony. May no harm come to me. May no trouble come to me. May I be free from all miseries. May I be well, happy and peaceful. My parents, my teachers, my partner, my relatives, my children, my best friends, my good friends, all indifferent people, even my enemies, may they all be well, happy and peaceful. All living beings, may they all be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to them. May no trouble come to them. May they all live in peace and harmony. May they all live in peace and harmony. I seek forgiveness from all whom I offended, verbally, physically or mentally, intentionally or unintentionally. May they forgive my mistakes. I forgive all those who offended me, intentionally, unintentionally, verbally, mentally or physically. May we all live in peace and harmony. May we all be well, happy and peaceful. May we all live in peace and harmony. Ittavata cammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Ittavata cammehi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. You may ask question if you have any. So you have 10 minutes.
When you say may have the peace and everything, you say what may. May means the possibility can be turned. Why not say have peace, have times? Is there any difference?
I think we say may to be a little humble. It's like when you say have peace and may you may have peace. It sounds different. you can say either one. So when you translate from Pali, we say aham avero hotu. It's in future, or it's in indefinite way. So you can use have peace, and that makes complete when you say may you have peace.
I said that I want to change that to may. I know humbleness will be there. If I say let me have peace, means I'm asking favor. Let me have peace, good health, instead of may. That's what.
Yes, you can use
Yeah.
either one. Yeah,
Thank you.
it doesn't matter.
So you mentioned about meditating. So while you're meditating, how do you know it's a good meditation? How do you know it's working?
I just mentioned about meditation, but I couldn't elaborate on it. Actually, it should come with good guidance, because meditation is dealing with your mind. It's more dangerous than going outside outer space and finding some other planet, because you are dealing with very inner self. So basic level, basic thing is to develop mindfulness. And we use this technique of respiration. When you breathe in, breathe out, be with this respiration. So that is the beginning, and it goes deeper to be mindful of all sensation in your body. So if you can start with anapanasati, then you go deeper inside with vipassana, so that we consider as good meditation. But if you are not familiar with them, you start with loving kindness, just we did. So that's very easy one. So you can have that, practice that for a while and go deeper. You have lots of books nowadays. You need to take a correct guidance. So find a book, or you can attend some classes. I think I'm not sure whether I think Nanda Hamdu has classes here, in even once in a month, or then you come and do a little bit. Yesterday we did a little different one. I explained a little different one. Today's loving kindness meditation.
What's the best age for the kids to start meditating?
The best, there is when they start understanding who they are. For example, if they know that now I'm different than anyone else. When they start identifying themselves when they are just 9 months, 10 months, but that's not good. When they grow a little older, like 4 or 5, not this vipassana thing, but this loving kindness meditation. If you can teach them to spend 5 minutes a day in the morning, just like reciting mantra. They don't need to understand, just tell them, you used to do this every day. Definitely they will understand. When they grow a little bigger, they will realize what I'm doing. So then you can keep on, you can teach them deeper one, like Anapanasati, and there are classes for children. I think Mrs. Nelu mentioned about this Vipassana 3-day retreats. So they take, what is the age group they take? 7 outward. So we also going to have one for teenagers in our temple. So when they are 6, 7, we can start teaching them. But that's best time to start actually. But never is late. It's never late. We can start any time. No question?
Thank you very much. We really learned a lot. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. So then, yes, question? Now it's time for us to transfer merit, these all positive energies, those who departed, and especially today. I came all the way from California to here because Mrs. Nelum wanted me to be here and to conduct this Dhamma talk. And I'm very thankful to Venerable Nanda Thera. He's very kind to me. Every time when I come to Houston, he's the one who come to pick me up, and this time also he came. He's taking care of me as his own disciple, and yes, I am a kind of his disciple. So because of him, because of Mrs. Nelum and her family, I'm here, and we had good time. Yesterday we gave a Dhamma talk, and today also we were able to listen to the Buddha's teaching, which is very helpful for us. If you can remember them, keep them in your mind, and make your life successful, then this will bring result, not just listening and okay, I'm done. So you have to remember and take use of it. So out of this, when you were listening to Dhamma, as I mentioned at the beginning, you were free from all negative thoughts, and you were trying to have positive thoughts, free from anger, free from hatred, free from greed. So we consider them as positive thoughts, alobha, advesa and amoha. So these positive thoughts, positive energy has lots of power. We will transfer this positive energy to Mr. Tissa Jayasinghe, who passed away 3 months ago. Beloved husband to Mrs. Chandra Jayasinghe, and beloved father to Mrs. Nelum and Mr. Balida, and other family members, your Mala, and grandson, and another grandson is in New York. So all of the relative, consider all your relation to Mr. Tissa, and recall his good qualities, all good deeds that he had done, and also good deeds that you have done up to date, and also today you did. We transfer this merit to him. May he gain all this positive energy, positive thoughts, merit to himself, and make his life successful. If you are in trouble, if you are in any kind of lower life, may he get free of that and get to a better place. May he be able to succeed in every part of his life. At the end, may he be able to attain the ultimate goal of Nibbana. Having this thought in mind, please now pour water, transfer merit. Hold the jog and pour water. Recite the Gatha, Idamme Nyati Nam Hotu. Recite the Gatha, Idamme Nyati Nam Hotu. Yathavaryaha pura paripurenti sagarang evameva ito dinnam vetanam upakappati. And also, as Buddhists, we believe in good angels. We call Samyak Drishtika Devata. They are also part of it, because when we start the Dhamma talk, we invited them. Samanta Chakravalesu, all good angels, those who are around this space, please come and attend this. So they were listening to us, and we can help them by transferring merit. So we transfer merit to them. May they provide protection upon us. May they make their life successful. Having this thought in mind, please say sadhu. And finally, so Nanda mentioned a lot about Mrs. Nelum and the family. So definitely, we monks, as monks, we've been able to conduct these kind of services because of good devotees. Because we get opportunity to approach different kind of people, and this opportunity has been brought because of Mrs. Nelum and her family. In order to remember her father, in order to have this religious service, and you've been doing great service to the order with the Sasana. We've been conducting religious services, supporting this temple, and you're also helping yourself. May you be able to continue your service onward. May you be able to continue these kind of religious services whenever possible. And all of you, those who came here today and listened to Dhamma talk, be a part of this religious service, may you all be well, happy and peaceful. May you live in good harmony. May you all be free from all troubles, all bad influences, planetary influences. May you have successful life. Those who are studying, our kids, children, may you be able to continue your study with good confidence. And those who are doing good jobs, may you be able to continue your jobs well. and may your life be successful here and hereafter. At the end, as we all intend to attain the Nibbana, may we all be able to achieve the ultimate goal, Nibbana, very soon. Having this thought in mind, please say sadhu once again. Abhivadana silissa nityang vaddha pachayino chattaro dhamma vaddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sakka sampatti mevache ato nibbana sampatti iminate samichyatu.
Hello.